3 years ago, an Illinois state trooper was hit by a car while on duty. Now, that trooper is still recovering, and meanwhile, medical bills are starting to pile up. Our JC Caldwell shows us how one Henderson man is stepping up to help.
This is Illinois Trooper Brian Frank, and this is his wife, Lauren.
Brian Frank was an Illinois State Police trooper for 12 years.
Brian is like, how can I put him? I call him a golden retriever of life because he's kind of like everybody's best friend.
In February of 2021, he was hit by a distracted driver while trying to block traffic for another trooper in Chicago.
All I was told was that he was in a bad accident and that he was being airlifted to our local hospital by our house and that he was alive and breathing.
Lauren Frank is Brian's wife. She's stuck by his side since that day, through what she later learned was a traumatic brain injury.
I kind of expected that he would have woken up and, kind of had a chance to physically recover.
3 years later, and Brian is still recovering.
We've been in a lot of different facilities. We've tried all different rehabs.
Most recently, they've been at Neuro Solutions in Austin, Texas.
And the way that we can transport Brian safely is only really by air ambulance,
which costs tens of thousands of dollars on top of treatment costs. And Lauren was left to foot the bill after being denied workers' compensation.
I'm going to stand up for him, speak out.
That's where Joe Whitledge comes in, the founder of Defending Heroes Project in Henderson.
We're here to help our veterans and first responders in need and going through hard times.
Whitledge found out about Brian's story through social media and reached out to Lauren.
She's kind of updated me on what was going on with it and everything.
Brian's medical flight to get back home was canceled. A new flight home was going to cost Lauren $15,000 over her budget. That's when Whitledge made a call to Jet Air.
They were able to donate that balance as a donation to the organization for them to cover that cost, so the flight didn't cost any more.
Whitledge didn't stop there.
So it was quite a long car ride, but 13 and a half hours.
He made his own trip to Texas to meet Brian.
To have somebody like Joe just feel so convicted and strongly enough to get in his car, drive across the country to meet us for a few hours. It's just unique and incredible.
Whitledge also got to see Brian's incredible progress while he was there.
They put a pen in his hand and helped guide. He would make a arch for no and a line for yes.
It was their first communication with him since the accident.
My brain was like, oh wow, he's really in there.
It was an inspirational reminder to Whitledge that everything he does is worth it.
Just been real neat and get down there and to see him in that treatment and be able to get that he needs.
Now, Lauren says this summer she'll be raising money again for Brian to go back to Texas for more treatment.